This was a historic opportunity for Ukraine, for a ceasefire, to save the lives of many people, and for peace. But instead of cooperation and agreement with President Donald Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance, Ukrainian leader Volodymyr Zelensky chose confrontation.
What kind of diplomacy, J.D., you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media.
Zelensky sought confrontation, looking at Zelensky's demeanor, his body language, the kind of tense relationship that Trump was trying to diffuse, this atmosphere a little bit for 30 minutes. He was aiming for that kind of overkill. And he heavily outdid himself when he began directly scaring Americans with visions of war with Russia.
During the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless. God bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's exactly what you're doing.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
You will feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. Right now, you don't. You're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's back to you.
Whether anyone in America likes Donald Trump or not, I don't think there are any Americans who would allow their president and their White House to be disrespected by the leader of some other country, no matter what that country might be. And Zelensky's words were unacceptable to the American leader, and I guess to the world, when he said he was left alone in the face of war. Such disregard for the help of the Americans, but also, for example, the Polish people, could not remain without a firm response from the host of the meeting.
You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
you haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet,
you
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this cabinet.
We gave you, through this stupid president, $350 billion. We gave you military equipment, and you men are brave, but they had to use our military.
What about
if you didn't have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days. I heard it from Putin. In 3 days. This is something
maybe
new.
Less.
President Zelensky, can you tell us what happened?
Americans considered Zelensky's behavior as dishonor. It had to be the end. The talks were broken off. There will be no deal, at least for the time being, that would have assured Ukraine peace, and the Americans the possibility of extracting Ukrainian minerals. The delegation from Kiev was forced out of the White House. Either they come to an agreement, and that would be to Ukraine's benefit, but also to our security, or it means that Ukraine will have to turn much, much more strongly toward, first of all, Europe, including Germany and France. According to French media, Zelensky literally panicked after his meeting with Trump. He immediately called Paris for help. I think the issue is clear. The aggressor is Russia, and the victim is Ukraine. And I think we are all right to help Ukraine. And by everyone, I mean Europe, but also the United States.
I know what happens is you bring people.
The Ukrainian president is plunged by something else that U.S. internet users have noticed, that he insulted Vice President J.D. Vance under his breath with an uncensored word.
He's dealing with a very weak set of cards. If we sign, he's dealing with a very strong set of cards, and then he doesn't want to make peace. So that's where we are. It's very simple.
You know, just a ceasefire.
In an interview with Fox News TV, the Ukrainian leader was still trying to salvage the situation.
I'm very thankful to Americans for all your support. You did a lot. I'm thankful to President Trump and to Congress bipartisan support. And I was always very thankful from all our people. You helped us a lot from the very beginning during 3 years of full scale. invasion. You helped us to survive.
But the disastrous impression remains. Donald Trump, however, did not cross out the Ukrainian leader. Let him come back when he is ready for peace, he said. And that means tough negotiations. For now, the Americans are withholding military aid to Ukraine, and Volodymyr Zelensky has flown to London for talks. What's next? Much still depends on Kyiv.
If you want to position yourself in the middle between Russia and Ukraine, or on the Ukraine side.
I'm in the middle. I want to solve this thing. I'm for both. I want to get it solved. And it's wonderful to speak badly about somebody else, but I want to get it solved. If we can solve it, great. If we can't solve it, they're going to have to fight it out, and who knows what's going to happen. But I want to see it get solved.
Donald Trump also unequivocally assured security guarantees for Poland.